You know how you go for a shower at the end of the day, you remove your makeup if you're a woman and you wear makeup, you change your clothes and you wear your jammies to go to bed instead of staying in the same clothes that you had during the day. You know the process of doing this at the end of the day, how you like change for something else, for a new like type of energy, the energy of sleeping. You should do the same with your emotions. And a lot of people don't even do that. Like they don't even consider the type of emotion they are having when they go to bed, when they end their day to start a new one. And what happens if you do that, or if you don't cleanse your emotions at the end of the day, you hold them on you. Like they stay in you and they turn into things that are negative. Negative emotions turn into negative patterns. Positive emotions turn into positive patterns. But as we keep negative emotions in our bodies and we don't practice the cleansing every single day at the end of the day of our emotions, then they turn into aches and pains, diseases, cancer, and negative patterns into our life that attract negative situations and negative people. You really don't want that, my friend. No. And I'm going to share with you today a process to get rid of those negative emotions and replace them with something that really emotions should be there for us to create this even more in our lives. Energy. Emotions are there to help us have more energy. If we know how to use our emotions the right way, the wise, mature, experienced way that I'm going to share with you today, because I've done this since 2012. As you become more of an expert in cleansing your emotion on a daily basis, you know what? Number one, people are going to respect you a lot more. Why? And I see that every day, like people struggling with their emotions. And I used to be that person, and I know so much why I was that person and I wasn't able to really have this immense inner power called emotional depth that allows you to stay calm and peaceful regardless of the chaos of life and the external situations. That's because I didn't know how to work on my emotions and use them in a powerful way. Oftentimes we think emotions are a bad thing. They aren't. If you aren't able to use emotions on a daily basis to empower your communication, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you interact with people, the way you create, the way you perform any form of duties, even fitness, dance, or the way you work, you are missing out so much, and you aren't going to be that person who is really charismatic. What creates charisma, what creates attraction is emotions as well. Emotions have to be part of the process. When you watch a movie and you love it, it's because it does trigger different emotions in you. And if you are able to be that person who creates that in other people's lives, you are going to be loved so much, my friend. You are going to be so respected if you are able to use emotions as a powerful tool to generate energy and attraction in a beneficial way in other people's lives. We're not talking about making people angry or sad or crying all the time. No, that wouldn't be very efficient or beneficial. But if you are able to use emotions in a way that is, creative, healing, empowering, joyful, also maybe triggering sometimes, you are going to be so respected by others in whatever industry you choose to work, because this is a big skill to have. Okay, number one aspect you need to work on if you want to be that person in your power is to practice on a daily basis. You could call it a ritual, a practice, an activity, is to have this time when you clean your emotions at the end of the day specifically. And the first step for that is to have this awareness when you have an emotion. Like, let's say, I'm going to give you an example. Yesterday, I had someone coming to my house and driving. And so here in London area, in England where I live, we have like visitors permit or visitors space on an app called Ringo app. And you have to add the visitor's car details on this app for them to be able to park in front of your house so that they can come and not get fined if a policeman walks around and see that the car is parked without, permission, because there isn't enough space or whatever the reason is. So I was trying to register my visitor on the app, their car, and as I was doing that, the app wasn't working. It wouldn't let me register the car And he kept doing that on and on. I tried like 3 times at different times. I tried again. I had my daughter and it was annoying because there was just different things happening at the same time. I couldn't enjoy my visitor coming because I was focused on this for a little while until I dropped it. I dropped trying to get the car registered, basically. Nothing else. And it got me annoyed. I was frustrated. I was angry. It was out of my control, so I didn't really know what else to do, who to call. Eventually, I just let it go. But as I dropped the trying to get the car registered, I started to feel a bit anxious and stressed out, as in, what if my visitor gets a fine? What am I going to do? Because I did my best. Do you realize that in that one action, how many emotions came in the way in the process? A lot of emotions. And every day, how many emotions do we process that way without really processing them? Just maybe being aware of them is already a good thing. Most people aren't even aware of that. But then the next part you should be doing at the end of the day is kind of rewinding your day, replaying everything, if not just write on a piece of paper what happened so that you can remember. You don't have to do that always, then you will become more of a master at it. But at the beginning, it's good to write it down so you remember at the end of the day and you can work on them. And so as you do that at the end of the day, then you use another tool, second step, elements. Okay, the process is to remove a negative emotion and to replace it. As you remove it, you need to get rid of it, connecting with an element. There's 4 elements on the fire, the water, the earth, and the air. You can choose to connect with the fire element and burn your emotion, okay? The rest of the audio got deleted in my video, so in the next part of this video, I tell you exactly the process to remove a negative emotion permanently and replace it with something that is going to be beneficial long-term, energy. And I'm going to tell you the exact type of energy and the exact 2-step process to be able to do that. Link under this video. Catch you up later. Bye now.